All right, gentlemen. There ain't nobody watching. Here's a hacksaw. Get him! Get him! Here, take it! Hurry up! What is up? What's going on? Did y'all see anybody come by here a minute ago with a hacksaw or a sawzall? Anybody see that guy? We're going to talk a little bit about that guy tonight. Bo Meyer said, oops, wrong live. What is up, Wired fam? Welcome to another Wired for Crappie Live. It is February the 17th, 2021. Welcome. Arkansas Angler said, oh, Lord, what are we watching? That's funny right there. I don't care who you are. All right, so hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a good week. Let me take these glasses off. I can't stand they got a glare on them. Hope everybody had a good week. Hope everybody's blessed this week. And first and foremost, I want to start out by saying there's a lot of people in Texas right now, guys. Well, not just Texas, but other areas of the country too that are just hurting from this winter storm. So my prayers go out to them. I've talked to several people from that area that I am friends with. As you guys know, I grew up in Southeast Texas for a while, and I've talked to some people down there, some friends of mine that are dealing with some of that stuff. And our prayers go out to them. Hope that all rights itself soon. Hope the temperatures get up a little bit. But, yeah, it's a bad deal down there right now, guys. So, keep them in your thoughts and in your prayers. And we hope that some warm weather comes their way pretty quick. So let's see who all's on. Guys, don't forget, drop me a hello. Say what's up when you get on. I like to say hello to everybody. So we're going to get to old John here in a minute. But, yeah, so let me get some of the introductions out of the way. Let me say hello to you guys real quick, and then we'll get right into it, okay? James Solomon, hello. Blake Hawk, what's up? Joseph Thaxton from Macon, hello. Phil Pickett, Solomon Ott from North Carolina, Aaron Recht, Misty Martin, everybody say what's up, Misty, from Crappie Cove. Did I say it right? Crappie Cove? Did I say Crappie Cove? Nah, sure I didn't. Crappie Cove, what's up, Misty? Guys, everybody say hello to Misty. Where's my banner at? You guys need some discounts. Hey, there it is. Right down there at the bottom of the screen, guys. Save 10% off at the Crappie Cove. Wired discount code, Fishing Specialties discount code down there. Boneheads discount code. If you guys hadn't seen the Crappie Cove video with all the good stuff in Crappie Cove, I did it again, didn't I? Crappie Cove. Go watch that. Go watch that video. They've got some really good stuff in the store, and go get yourself some discounted merchandise. So let's see here. Let me go back to my comments. Jody Gosway, what's up? Larry McBride from Arkansas. Slab Slayer, what's going on? Ashley Coffee, hello. Mike S., what's up? Heath McDaniel, good evening. Ron Hall from Mississippi. Josh Sanders, he says, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Tom Wade from Tellico, what's going on, Tom? Hey, I used to live in Madisonville, so I know Tellico real well. Some stomping grounds down there. The beach has got some of the best food on the river, doesn't it? And the good ice cream, too. They got the best ice cream, man. I don't know. They got it going on down there. But Tim Payne, hello. Crappie Kev, what's going on? Larry Merrick, hello. Arkansas English is representing Arkansas. Jimmy Pratt, hello. Chris Carter, Fishing Lake Country. Robert Love, what's up? Charles Montgomery, what's going on, Charles? Long time no talk, buddy. Mike from Louisiana, what's going on? Ronnie Harris from Carrollton, Georgia. There's my beautiful wife, living life with Laura. She says, ha, ha, It's not very funny. She laughing right now, but when we pay that bill, it ain't gonna be funny. So anyway, Ashley says at least you're having fun with it. Jody Gosaway, what's going on? That's funny. Bo said, "Oops, wrong live." He said someone's getting creative. Didn't see nothing, he says. That's funny. Jamie Nelson, hello. Let's see. Sid Lewis, hello. JC, what's going on? Wade Burris. He said, I would use that saw on Weatherman. What? Lots of laughs. Hey, Matt, aren't you a little hat? Jody, what's that mean? Late hat? What are you talking about? Hello from frozen Kentucky. Yeah, Kentucky's getting it too. We're supposed to get some ice down here in Tennessee tonight, some snow. I don't know if that'll happen or not, but they're calling for some, so we'll see what the morning holds for us. James says, hacksaw, what kind of fishing is it, man? So let's talk about it. Let's go get Bob back. And hang on one second. Let me get Bob. I'll be right back. Let me go get John. I'll be right back. All right, guys. We're back. We're back in action, live action right here. So you guys want to know what we did to old Wired's truck? We cut the catalytic converters out from underneath it at the boat ramp last weekend. We took us a little hacksaw or it was rather a hacksaw, or it was we might have used the old skill, or not skill saw, but the old jigsaw there, or what's it called? We used one of them there saws, cut them catalytic converters out of that truck. So it was really fun. We got some money out of them. We left old Wired at the boat ramp having to tow his truck home. So we had fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we're going to get out of here before the cops come. We got to go. I'll tell you what, guys. That old John, he got me good last weekend. So just as he said, I took my truck to the weekend, or took my truck to the lake Saturday, went fishing, and came back to the boat ramp, and both of the catalytic converters were cut clean out of the bottom of my truck. Supposedly, from talking with local PD, it has been a ongoing issue in Tennessee. They're taking a sawzall and cutting catalytic converters out from underneath vehicles left and right. There's a lot of issues that's been happening. Trust me, it is not fun when you're 2 hours from home and you got your boat behind your truck. Well, actually, so the boat was still in the lake, and went up, cranked the truck up. It sounded like a NASCAR race car, just a firing off, and shut her down real quick, jumped out, looked, both of them cut. So yeah, it was not fun. It was not a fun weekend. It was actually, I'm trying to see the light at the end of that tunnel, silver lining in every cloud. And, hey, it is what it is. So Wired will prevail. We will move on. I do have insurance, and they will cover it. Of course, I'm out my deductible, which stinks. You always hate to be out for a thief. But it happens. It happens. I think if you're an outdoorsman and you fish in enough boat ramps, eventually, something's probably going to happen. But it's just, today's society. That's all I can say. So we're not gonna stay in the woes of the week last week. I wanted to let you guys know what happened, and we're gonna move on with life. So I'm trying to, like I said, look for that silver lining, and that silver lining is we're gonna overcome it. We're gonna move on. So my truck is in the shop. It got towed from the boat ramp to the shop directly. As I wasn't real sure if I could run it without them, what kind of damage that would cause to it, and the truck is only 4 months old. So really wasn't excited about messing up a truck that was 4 months old that hadn't had an oil change yet. So there you go. That was Wired's week last week, and yay, old John and his Sawzall. But actually, I have some photos. I don't know if you guys could see it on the thumbnail or not, but I will show a photo here. That kind of shows you what was going on. So there you go. That's where the catalytic converter, the catalytic converter is supposed to be, and it is no longer there. So there you go. You can see clean cut right out from underneath it. Isn't that nice? Isn't that all nice to some people? Some people are so nice. Keep the comments clean, guys, by the way. Please, I know, hey, trust me, wasn't anybody madder than me that day. Trust me, there was not one single person that was madder than I at that ramp at that moment. So, but keep it clean, family channel. So they are butt heads, we'll say that, and we're going to move on with it. All right, so let's talk about the fishing. The fishing was good. Caught fish. Cherokee is a different lake. It definitely is. It is very deep, sheer walled. Most everything is rock. There's not a whole lot of soft bottom. There's a lot of rock bottom. So it's a different body of water, but it's very fun to fish. Great lake, very clear, and just all around good lake to fish. Caught plenty of fish. And really looking forward. East Tennessee Crappie Club has a tournament on Cherokee. Where'd my banner go? There it goes. East Tennessee Crappie Club has a tournament on Cherokee this Saturday, and I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a good event. It's going to be a lot of fun. For those that are participating in that tournament, they are actually, East Tennessee Crappie Club is going to have a sheriff at the ramp watching over the vehicles and everything at the ramp. They're going to do that for us. And Crappie Cove was gracious enough to set that up for us and take care of the financial responsibility for that. So thank you again to Crappie Cove and to Misty and Blake for allowing us to have an event and be safe at that ramp. It's going to be a really, really good event and a really great time because of you guys. So thank y'all very much. But yeah, it's going to be a good event. If you're interested in fishing in that, registration is from 6:30 to 7. 7 o'clock you can leave the ramp. 7:30 you start fishing. 3:30 you cease fishing, and then back at the weigh-in by 4:30. So $35 a boat for members and $60 a boat for non-members. That is 2 anglers per boat. So really, really good tournament trail. Really, really good people. I can't say enough about them. So if you're interested in that, you can hit their Facebook page up, send East Tennessee Crappie Club a message or whatnot. But going to be a good event. So let's see. What are you guys saying here? I can only imagine. Charlie, hello. Paul Greer, hello. Black Viper from Illinois, what's going on? Joseph Thaxton says, hit that like button, people. Help Matt out. So yeah, guys, if you smash that like button, it lets YouTube, lets everybody know that's good content. You guys like watching it. So if you don't care, hit that like button. We appreciate it, and thank you, Joseph, for reminding everybody. Curtis Hobbs liked the Crappie Cove video. What's up, Curtis? Glad you liked the video, buddy. You got some product in there. You got a few hooks, I think, in there. A little jig head here and there. Just a couple. So, guys, Curtis is Mr. Lightwire Hooks. If you don't know Curtis and you hadn't seen him or his website, one of the best jig head makers that I've ever come across. So, hit Mr. Curtis Hobbs up. He'll hook you up with any jig head that you want. He's really good about made-to-order stuff. I mean, he's got pre-made stuff that he's ready to ship out. But if you want a certain hook with a certain jig head, Curtis is your man. He'll hook you up. You can get him on his website at lightwirehooks.com. Todd Pell from Ohio, what's going on? Drum King, what's up, DK? DK in the house, guys. Glad to have you here, Drum King. How's Chickamauga fishing right now? I saw the last Chattanooga Crappie Club tournament, and it looks like their weights are still down. It looks like there's still not a lot of big fish on Chick right now. Where are they all at, DK? Tyler Key, what's going on? Chad Hillard, hello. Chad says record snow and temps here in East Texas. Yeah, I know you guys are hitting all kinds of records over there. And it's probably not the best thing in the world either because, you know, you guys aren't necessarily set up for it. So there's a lot of people down there that are hurting right now. We hope that situation rectifies itself pretty quick and rights itself pretty fast and the temperatures get up there and that melts off for you guys. Y'all get back to normal. Johnny Coots, hello. Sid Lewis. Let's see. Hang on, guys. I just saw a super chat. Chris, thank you, buddy. I appreciate the super chat. Chris says put towards your deductible. I appreciate that, man. That definitely helps right now. That means a lot to me. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Guys, if you don't know what a super chat is, that is a way for you guys to give back to the channel to help keep me on the water. And as Chris put right here, help pay a deductible for a truck that's 4 months old and had the catalytic converters cut out from underneath it last weekend. So, I do have insurance, guys, so I'm not fronting that whole bill. I can tell you what it costs to replace catalytic converters on an F-250, $3,800 without insurance. Without insurance, it's $3,800 to replace 2 catalytic converters on an F-250. So, yikes. I'm glad I have insurance. I'm blessed. So they are taking care of that, but, you know, I'm still out for a thief, and that's unfortunate. So, but that's not going to slow me down. That's not going to slow me down. I'm still going to make good content and great videos for you guys to watch because that's my passion. My passion is to go to that lake every week and get good content for you guys and help teach you guys how to catch more crappies. So we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep doing it big. And I appreciate it, Chris. And if you don't know how to give a super chat, right down below the comment section, there's a little money symbol. You click on that and it will walk you through how to give a super chat. Super chats are in all different flavors and sizes, guys, from $1 all the way up to 100,000, 200,000. I'm just saying, throwing that number out there in case anybody feels the need to go right there. But I appreciate every super chat that comes in. It's a blessing to me and a blessing to my family. And we don't take it lightly at all. So thank y'all very much for that. Phil Pickett, thank you very much at $14.99 super chat, buddy. I appreciate you. Again, like I was just saying, it's a blessing to me, and I don't take it lightly, my friends. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Mr. Blake Hawk, here's a little boost for the deductible. Thank you, Blake. I appreciate it. Guys, I'm telling you, Mr. Blake Hawk is first class. He's salt of the earth. There ain't no doubt about that. So thank you very much, Blake. I appreciate it, buddy. I will make sure that goes towards the deductible, no doubt. So thank y'all very much. Steven, straight pipe, baby. No, thank you for the super chat, but I can't straight pipe a 4-month-old truck, man. It ain't in me. I can't do it. So she's going back factory. And actually, EPA requirements mandate you do have them in and da-da-da-da-da. You know, some states you have to get inspections, not Tennessee, but some you do. But no, I couldn't ride in a truck that sounded that loud. I mean, guys, I almost crapped myself when I started that truck up. I reached up and hit that key, and it fired off. Boom, 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 boom. There's no way. There was a guy on the ramp getting his boat out, and he had his windows rolled up and his radio on. He was pulling out, and he said he actually stopped and got out because he thought he was dragging his skeg on his motor. It was so loud. He said it's so loud down there, and I'm like 150 yards from the ramp at this point, up in the parking lot. And yeah, he said he heard it and it scared him so much he got out to make sure his skeg wasn't dragging on his motor. It was pretty funny. So anyway. Thank you, Steven. Thank you for that very much. I appreciate that super chat, buddy. All right. Let's see where we're at. And guys, look, I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate the words. I appreciate everything. I appreciate the apologies for some thief and all that good stuff. But I want to answer some questions about crappie fishing tonight too. I don't want to keep this. I don't want to stay on a negative connotation or a negative note. I want to stay positive. I want to go right back to what we're talking about. And get right back into crappie fishing. That's my passion. That's what I'm here for. But you guys are family, and I want to share my endeavors with you guys and share what's going on with Wired with you guys. So that's why I wanted to share that with you all. And I thought it'd be funny too. So that's why I started the live a little early, and you guys got to look at my background a little bit without me here. I told my wife, I said, I'm gonna make this fun. We're gonna get excited about this. If we can't do anything else, we're gonna make this fun. So anyway, I thought it'd be something fun to talk about, and just kind of a change of pace for us tonight. And yeah. John is kind of not my favorite person at the moment. And if your name's John, I'm not picking on you. Let me say that. I ain't picking on the Johns or the Bobs or the Sams, but that's the first name that came to mind. All right. Let's see. Got to go back up and find where I was at. All right, there's DK's comment. We're back. Chad Hillard said, we got that one. Record snow and temps in East Texas. Johnny Coots, hello. Heath McDaniel said, ice and rain. Chris said, this is getting really weird. It is getting weird, ain't it, Chris? Yeah, it's getting really weird. Last week was a weird week. There's no doubt about it. Donald said, hit the like button, guys. Smash that like button, please. Saw all. Fishing Lake Country said, saw all. Crappie Kev said, sawzall. Slabbuster said, hey, everybody, just tuned in. What in the world? That's funny. What in the wide world of sports was that? That's funny, guys. Heath said he's had that done before when he worked in Gary, Indiana. It's a national thing right now, guys, to be honest about it. It really is. From my talks with PD and detectives, it's national. I mean, it's a national problem at the moment. So Slabbuster said, sounded like an old log truck, huh? Yes, it did. Yeah, like an old log truck that the pipe had fallen off the bottom of. Chris, were you the only truck they got? As a matter of fact, I was. There was only 3 trucks there that morning. One was a diesel, one was an old F-150, and then mine. And mine was the only one that they got. So, yes, I was the only unfortunate soul that they got that day or that morning at that specific ramp. So, Charlie says, for spot lock only, how does Minkova Tarova compare to Old Tracks? So, good question, Charlie, and thank you. So, I have a Tarova on my boat, and my tournament partner has an Old Tracks on his. And I'll say this, if you get the old model Tarova, the spot lock is not as good as the Old Tracks. If you get the new model, which is 2016 or up, I believe. Yeah, I think that's right. 2016 or up on the Tarova is comparable to Ultrex. They have the same head on them. They have the same GPS capability. They have the same ring that they will hold you in, or radius, excuse me. that they'll hold you in, and the Terova and the Ultrex, when compared, are honestly the same with spot locks. So I don't know if you're looking at a new motor or a used motor. If you're looking at used motors, try to find an Ultrex probably, or one of the new model Terovas. But that's what I've seen. Johnny, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, Johnny. Thank you very much, buddy. Why leader on braided line? So I tie a leader on braided line for the sole purpose. Get down, Rusty. My dog climbing on me. Well, let me show you. So we got to tie one up real quick. You guys want to learn how to tie one up real fast? All right, so how do I tie a leader on braided line? So here's the pink braid from K9. This is a 20-pound test. For some reason, I thought it was 8, but it's 20. So there's my braided line, pink braid. And here is K9 fluoro, okay, 4-pound fluoro. So what you want to do, I tie a uni knot, okay? So you take your fluorocarbon. On this side over here is our tag end, okay? Get you about 8 inches, okay? Get you about 8 inches of your braid. All right, you want to lap those two over one another, right like that. And then pinch them in the center. Then you want to take this braid and you want to double it over itself, right like that. Can you guys see that? Create a loop. And then take that tag end of the braid and put it through its loop 4 times. 1, 2, try and do it where you guys can see it. 3, 4. All right, so then you end up with that braid loop through itself 4 times. And then you just pull it out. Just pull it straight. Okay? Now, you take the fluoro end, okay? This is high-vis fluoro. Do the same thing. Double it over itself. I know you guys probably can't see that real well. Double it over itself and go right through that loop 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull that one down tight. Okay? Now, you got a knot here and you got a knot there. So to finish this knot, you take both main lines, take the braid and the fluoro, and you just pull them. Always best to wet it. Okay? You just take these two and you just cinch them down. See them coming together right there? Right like that. Now, that's your uni knot. Okay? Then you take these and you just bite the tag ends off, and you can bite them as close as you want because they will not slip out. So you can get them as close as you want to get them. Yeah, I know, I used my teeth. I'm going to have to go to the dentist. I know. This is not going to, I'm not going to bite braid. You can forget that. See if I got a knife. Get that one somewhere. Hang on. All right, we are not biting braid. So we're going to take that. Normally I have a pair of scissors in the boat. There we go. Okay. So what you end up with is a very nice, clean knot. Okay. Then, so there's my leader. Now, the question is why the leader on braid? Okay. Johnny said, why the leader on braid? This braid, I like braid because it's sensitive. It is sensitive as all get out. There's no memory in braid. I love fishing brush piles with braid. What I don't like about braid is this is 20-pound braid, and it is tough to break. Even the 12-pound, the 8-pound, all of it. It is tough. That's what braid was designed for. I mean, I could wrap this around my fingers and I can pull on this all day, and I assure you, it'll cut into my fingers before I break it. Okay? So the sole purpose that I tie a leader is not necessarily to hide anything from the fish. Yes, it does do that. A fluorocarbon leader will disappear essentially in the water. But the reason I do it is because if I wrap this around my fingers, I can break this, right? I do it because I want to be, if I get hung in a brush pile, okay, Johnny, I get hung in a brush pile, I want to be able to break that jig head off without pulling that brush pile up off the bottom of the lake, okay? A lot of brush piles that we fish in East Tennessee are man-made. They're put in by man. And if you wrench on them too hard, you can rather turn them over or pick them up. Okay. So for that simple purpose, that is why I like to tie a leader on my braid, is so that I can break a jig off and not disturb a brush pile and scare my fish off. Okay. So that's how I tie a leader and why I tie a leader. So I hope that helps. All right, let me go back and find my spot now. I cut my finger on that braid, by the way. It's hurting. All right, here we go. Let's see who's got the next question. Look how this line put up. Crappie Kev, I agree with you, buddy. Jackie Jordan, what's up, Jackie? SK said he's got power back on. Just got power back on, hopefully for good this time. Yeah, I hope so too, buddy. For your sake, I hope so. Big thanks to Crappie Cove. Love the new ACC crappie snacks. Is that the baits? So Crappie Cove has the new ACC crappie snacks in stock, which are the newest bait that just came out from ACC crappie sticks. They call it the ACC crappie snack. So if you hadn't seen those, check them out. Crappie Cove has those available. They are really neat. So if you hadn't seen them, check them out. Donald, I agree with you. Charles Hale. What's up, Matt? We got evacuated from Texas, and now we are stuck in Louisiana. Evacuated from Texas and stuck in Louisiana. That's horrible right there. I hate to hear that, Charles. That ain't no good. Hopefully you guys will get back. I think they're supposed to get some warmer temperatures down there by Saturday, Sunday. So hopefully you guys will get back to where you were at. DK says, I'm still chasing stripers and walleyes, but needing a crappie fix badly. I did make 2 bamboo hotels today. Well, DK, if you want to holler at me, let me know when you're going to put those out. I'd be more than happy to go with you. I'd be more than happy to be the muscle. Larry Merrick, which color goes up on the grasshopper stump bugs, and what was the name of that waterproofing stuff? So the color that goes up can be either way. So let me grab some right here. You can fish these either way, Larry. It's completely and totally up to you. So you got pumpkin on one side and you got chartreuse on the other. All right, so it's completely up to you which way you put that, which way you fish it. Typically, when I fish this bait, I fish it with the chartreuse down because I typically want the fish to see that chartreuse color first. And the reason I want them to see that chartreuse color first is because chartreuse drives a reaction bite in fish. That's proven. That's scientifically proven. Chartreuse drives a reaction bite. So I want them to see that color first. Therefore, I put chartreuse down the majority of the time. But I have fished it with the pumpkin down, and it works just as well. So it really is up to you which way you want to fish it. If you're fishing it one way and don't get bit, try flipping it over. If it works, fish it that way. But I typically fish it with the chartreuse down. Okay. Waterproofing stuff. Hang on, I'll go look. I've got it right here. Hang on. All right. So the waterproofing stuff that I use, and most of you have probably used, is Nick Wax. This is a wash-in. I've used the wash-in and the spray-in. This treats Gore-Tex, among other things. It doesn't just treat Gore-Tex, but it does. It is approved for Gore-Tex garments. I fish with a 100-mile-an-hour suit. Bass Pro 100-mile-an-hour suit is what my rain suit is. You guys have seen it on the channel. It's red, just like my boat. I've actually had people in my boat before, and they're like, "Do you like red?" I'm seeing a pattern. So yeah, I like red. But that is what I use, Larry. The Nick Wax wash-in. They have a garment wash, and then they have a wash-in product, and they also have a spray-on product. Either or work. I actually like the spray-on better. This is full because I bought it in a pack with the wash, the garment wash. So I got the garment wash and the wash-in waterproofing in a pack. But I also purchased the spray-on, and I do like the spray-on better. And I'll tell you why. I like the spray-on because I can physically see it going on the product, and I can watch it soak into the product or the garment that I'm spraying it on. I can watch it soak in, and I know it's there, right? So with the wash-in, you basically do just what it says. You wash it in, you put it in the washing machine, and you just kind of expect it to soak into the garment that you're putting in there. I don't know. I have theories about it, but I don't know. I don't know how it works. I just prefer the spray on because I can actually watch it go on and watch it soak in. Okay. Anybody else ever use this? Because I love it. It is great, great stuff. It really is. It works fantastic. It'll turn a suit that'll get you wet in an hour to a suit that won't get you wet in a week. I mean, it really does work very, very well. So I typically treat mine because I'm fishing in the rain all the time, year round. I typically treat my garments about once a year, somewhere around in there, because I'm fishing. Like I said, I'm tournament fishing and I'm filming and I'm on the lake every weekend pretty much. So I do get stuck in a lot of rain, and I use this product quite a bit. So very, very good stuff. And let's see. Jeffrey Michael from Rose Hill, Virginia. What's going on, buddy? Glad you're here. Blake said he ran a NASCAR team for a season, and while it sounds cool at first, the noise gets old. I guarantee it gets old. I could not drive a truck that makes that much noise a lot. There's no way. I'm one of those guys that likes to drive and just kind of think. So Sometimes I'll have the radio up, but most of the time I'm driving in silence. I know it's weird, right? But a lot of times it's guys, ladies with kids. Y'all know sometimes that's your think time. That's when you get your quiet time. So anyway, Joe from Corinth, Mississippi. What's going on, Joe? My wife, guys. I love her. All right. Phil Pickett, what was the name of that treatment you put on your rain suits? Nick Wax. If you didn't hear that, Nick Wax is what I use. Chris, back up. Chris is trying to get me in trouble. He told me on the phone today it was $15,000. Yeah, right. Ain't no way. I wouldn't have signed that contract. Oh man. Would not have signed up for that one. All right, Chris says, are the Tennessee rivers, lakes supposed to be getting towards summer pool by now? Most everywhere I'm looking, the lakes are still on average 10 foot below summer pool. Chris, very good question. No, the lakes will not start filling back up until March, probably middle of March. Most of the time, well, let me show you an app that'll help you out, Chris. So it's called TVA Lake Info. Okay. So if you download that app, so right now I've got Fort Loudon pulled up. Okay. So it shows you your TVA lake levels. You can add to your favorites. There's your generation releases. Okay. Shows you what the generators are. Shows you the observed data. That's going to show you your reservoir elevation, your tailwater elevation, and your average discharge. Date, times, they update it every hour. Okay. So what's great about this app is if you go right down here to these little 3 bars and you click on them, I'm doing this backwards. Right there, see where it says operating guide. Okay. You click on operating guide and there's your lake level. That's your observed level. Your blue is your observed level, and the green and that blue shading, okay, with that yellow line or gold line is actually your historical data. So that's like last year, and it shows you winter pool and summer pool. So you can see right there, winter pool is about 807, 808. Somewhere right in there. It's a little bit above 807.5 on Fort Loudon. Right now, it is at about 809. So it's about 1.5 feet above winter pool, but it shows it going back down until, let me blow this back up or blow this out a little bit for you guys. So you can see where it starts increasing right underneath reset zoom about April 1st. So about April 1st on Fort Loudon is when they're going to start bringing that water out of winter pool into summer pool. It's not going to be at summer pool. They're going to start the climb out of winter pool right around April the 1st on Fort Loudon. So some lakes, every lake's different, Chris. Like take Douglas, for instance. Douglas is going to start climbing. Let me go to Douglas's operating guide. So here's Douglas, okay? Douglas operating guide. If you look down here, you can see that climb. It's going to start climbing right about where my finger is, right about March 12th, okay? Right about the middle of March. All right. So again, TVA Lake Info. Download that app on your smartphones. It will help you guys out, okay? So about the middle of March is when lakes start coming off winter pool back up to summer pool. Most every lake in East Tennessee will be back at summer pool by the middle to end of April. They'll be riding at summer pool by then, ready for the jet skiers and the wake boats and the knee boarders and the fun for all the lake lights to come out and go pleasure boating. So, but great app, really is, especially in the winter. I cannot tell you guys enough in the winter how much that app has helped me as an angler on the lake every week and in a tournament angler. Guys, I've hit more sandbars this year than I ever have, because the lakes have been actually below winter pool for most of the winter. The second half of our winter this year, lakes have been below winter pool. And there's a lot of stuff that I ran aground coming out of Island Creek the other day. Now, when I say ran aground, I felt the bottom. I didn't actually run aground and get stuck. I felt the bottom, turned around and looked, and my motor blew up mud. So I was pretty shallow. But I've run through there a million times in the winter and never hit mud in that one spot. So the lakes have been extremely low. And it is a great app to have to always reference before you go to the lake and see, oh, snap, it's 2 foot below winter pool. I better put that in my unit so I know which areas not to go over. Very, very, very good stuff right there, no doubt. Hope that answers your question, Chris. And if not, let me know. I'll answer anything else that you have. Yes, Misty. So Misty says, I've been asked to carry cork sealer at the store. Matt and others, any recommendations? Yes. I think I have some. Hang on, Misty. Oh, where's that? Well, I had some. I don't know what I did with it. U40. It's called U40, Misty. I've used it for years. It is by far, my opinion, I've used a lot of different cork sealers, but U40, the letter U and 40, cork sealer. It is the only cork sealer that I've found that does not turn the cork hard. The cork literally stays the same consistency, and it is a great product. Now, your cork will still get dirty, but you can take a rag and just wipe it right off. I mean, it comes clean. Great cork sealer. It doesn't change the color of your cork. Some of them will change the color of your cork. U40 cork sealer will not. It is a very, very good product. So that would be my recommendation. Crappie fisherman, where was you at when your truck was robbed? Sure hate to hear that. So I was on the lake. I was on Cherokee Lake, and I put in at a boat ramp called Boat Launch Road is where I was at when that happened. Call Me Camo said, I'm late and I evidently missed something. So Call Me Camo, you did miss something. John was here earlier with his ski mask on and his hacksaw, because I was all here tonight. But John was here earlier with his hacksaw. John and his friends cut the catalytic converters out of my truck last weekend. They cut the catalytic converters out of my truck last Saturday at the ramp. So my truck is incapacitated at the moment and getting worked on. So that's what you missed, buddy. Let's see. Phil Pickett, that's insult to injury right there, Phil. If anyone is interested, I have a couple like new catalytic converters for sale cheap. Wait, let me take a picture of that. Let's send that to the detectives. That's funny right there. That's no doubt. Thanks for kicking a man when he's down, Phil. Good job, buddy. What are friends for? Andy says, where can I locate one of those Wired for Crappie coffee tumblers? So these were actually a limited run for our founding members of the channel. This was done last year, early last year, for the founding members of Wired for Crappie. These were a limited edition run. So we're going to run some more. Andy, right now, we do not have these on the website, but we do have the beanies. We've got the hoodies. We've got T-shirts. I do have drinkware on the website as well, Andy. So I do have the silly print. That's Crappie Cove on one side and Wired for Crappie on the other. They're the silly print cups. Those are at wiredforcrappie.com. If you go to, again, www.wiredforcrappie, just like it is right there, .com, you can pick up all that merch there. Go check the website out, guys. If you hadn't been on the website, go check it out. The website got a revamp. It got a facelift. And I like it. I like the website. I think it looks really good. So if you hadn't seen it, go check it out and get yourself some merchandise. But to answer your question, Andy, we will have some more coffee tumblers at some point. So when those come in, I will let everybody know, and we'll get them up on the website. Okay. All right, let's see. Jimmy, well, how did the fishing go Saturday before John Boy got you? They went good. It went good, Jimmy. A lot of fish. You know, there's this dark cloud over a lot of East Tennessee right now, just a lot of small fish. I think, we rather had a mist spawn 4 years ago when all that flooding came through East Tennessee, or we just had a really, 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 really good spawn 2 years ago, because there is a lot of those 8 to 10-inch fish in every lake in East Tennessee right now. They're just in droves. So the fishing was good. Found a lot of stuff. Fished a lot of different types of structures, different types of. There's really fish everywhere you looked for the most part. It wasn't anything that really shined other than outside of the other. It's just a lot of fish in the lake. But it was good. It was a good day. So I felt good about it. I felt confident coming back until I got back. But no, it really was a good day. Most of the fish I caught came on a what are these called again? One of these. Not stump bug, not slim stick, a something or another. I can't remember the name of them. Saved my life now. That's bad. Don't tell anybody. Whoops. Somebody help me out. I'm drawing a blank. Brush glider. Good lordy. Most of them came on the Moonshine Glow brush glider is what I caught most of my fish on. It was what I could get them to hit that day. So I'm excited to see what the weather is going to do to the fish between last weekend and this weekend. We've had several days of rain, cold rains, and we've had, temperatures that drop down into the 20s. Yeah, 20s several nights, and then down into the low 30s for several nights. So I'm excited. The water temperatures were 46 to 47 degrees, which was, exciting to see. A little warmer water, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens to them. Biting 20-pound braid? No thanks. No, I'm not biting 20-pound braid. I promise you. That is why I got the knife out, because I'm not biting 20-pound braid. I'd be gnawing on that forever. Any tips on where to target on floodplains or rivers? Yes, absolutely. So thank you for the question. Floodplains, generally floodplains will push crappie up into flooded structure, bushes, timber. Generally floodplains, when the water goes up, the fish can move up, they'll go with it. So it'll typically push those fish up into bushes or timber or grasses, whatever it's flooding into. On rivers, I would look for, depending on time of year, really, the outside of river bends, the outside edge of river bends. The outer edge of river bends is where all your brush is going to get pushed to. So all your brush is going to get pushed to that outside edge, the outside bend, and it's going to get, well, not necessarily stuck, but it's going to rest on that outside bend. Now, a lot of people will put structure on the inside bend, on the back side of that bend, out of the current. Current breaks is my next one on rivers. Look for current breaks. Fish in rivers generally try to find areas of slack current where they can ambush prey or ambush bait, and they don't have to swim all the time. If they can find some place with a little slack water in it, a little eddy area or something. Now, guys, laydowns can create that area. I will say that. If you're on a main river channel and you see a big oak tree that's laid down in the water, that's hanging out over 20 foot of water, a lot of times that'll create a current break. Things as simple as a 2x6 or a 2x8 placed in the right spot in a river, it can create a current break behind that board. There's just a lot of different things that I look for in rivers. Large rocks create current breaks behind them. Stumps, if you can find stumps along a river channel, generally the backside of those stumps is washed out and fish will sit on the backside of those stumps. That's a good place to look, good thing to look for in rivers. Those are just a few. I mean, there's more, but that's just a few of the things that I look for. D-Car, is Crappie Cove going to get another shipment of grasshopper stump bugs? You guys want them to get another shipment? What are you guys thinking? I guess D does, because he asked the question. What do you think, guys? Are you guys want another round or what? I mean, you tell me in the comments. Slab Slayer, I agree. There's nothing worse than feeling helpless. You know what I mean? And you work hard for stuff, and to see it get gone is tough. I agree. Solomon, what was your go-to bait last weekend, and what was the water depth you caught the fish? I'm gonna negate on the depth part, because unfortunately Cherokee is, I mean, there's not a whole lot of area that has certain depths, I guess. So I'm gonna kind of pass on that one until next week. But I mentioned the temps 46, 47, and the bait that I used was the brush glider from Bonehead. It was the Moonshine Glow, is what I caught most of my fish on. Blake said good night. Good night, Blake. Crappie Stalker. Matt, March 7th, Crappie Academy question. Will the PDF of the book be sent out a little early so we can print and we'll have a platform for online watchers to ask questions? Yes and yes. That's a conversation I had. So for those of you that don't know what Crappie Stalker is talking about, I will be doing a Crappie Academy at Crappie Cove. March the 7th is the first class. So there will be 4 classes. It's 1 class for each quarter of the year. It'll be on the 3rd month of each quarter. First Sunday of that month is the academy. So, excuse me. March 7th is the first academy. You can sign up for that online and do the online version as well. It will be live online, but you have to sign up and have an access code to get online and do it that way. So yes, Crappie Stalker, to answer your question about online, you will be able to, I'm going to get the email addresses that you guys provide, and I will send out the literature for the class to each person beforehand, so that you guys, if you want to print it or have it printed, you have it available so that you can follow along and take notes and write and draw and circle and everything that we're going to do in the class. That way you have that literature. So yes, that is going to happen. If you want to sign up for that class, guys, it will be, again, March 7th. It's a 3.5-hour class. It is going to take place at Crappie Cove. The space available for that class is limited. The in-person space, we're only taking the first 30. And I think we've already got half that or more that are taken. So, if you're going to register now before they're all gone. But the great thing about it is you can do it in person or online. And I'm going to have a book for each class that's printed with literature that we're going to go through in the class. We're going to teach, or I'm going to teach, and I'm going to answer questions. I'm going to have things. You'll have your paper. You can take your book home with you. You can circle things. You can make notes. There'll be Navionics screenshots in there. There'll be side imaging shots. There'll be just all kinds of different stuff. Watercolors. So I have different watercolors. So we'll match baits to watercolors. I mean, we're going to do a lot of really, really cool stuff in the class. We'll have some different knots in there, just all kinds of different stuff. So the first class is going to be great. If you want to sign up for that, you can go to crappiecove.com right down here in the bottom over there right now, crappiecove.com, or you can call the store and ask for Misty, and they will hook you up with getting the registration done for the class. Okay. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Guys, my passion is to teach. My passion is to help people catch more fish, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. And this is a way for you guys to get hands-on, and I'm a hands-on type person. I put my hands on something to learn, and I want you guys to have that availability too, to put your hands on and learn. So it's going to be really, really cool. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. So if you hadn't registered, go get registered. It's going to be good. It's going to be good stuff. Black Viper says, I may have to order some U40. Misty is going to order some for Crappie Cove, and if you order it through Crappie Cove, you can use the wire discount and get 10% off of it. So just FYI, if you want to let Misty get some in, you can get a discount on it. Seth, I was at Boat Launch Road is where I was at on Cherokee. Brian Connor, what's going on? Heath McDaniel says, them cups have a lid for coffee. They actually do sell a lid for those cups, Heath, but I don't sell them on my website. So Silly Print is who makes those cups, and then we print wired on those cups. So to answer your question, I do not have the lids, but you can get a lid, yes. I think they're like $5.99 or $6.99 or something from Silly Print. So if you really wanted a lid, yes, you could get one. Joe asks, it's a good question. Joe says, I have a Minn Kota Power Drive 70 and want to convert to iPilot Spot Lock. What are your thoughts? So Joe, are you wanting to update your power drive to iPilot Spot Lock, or are you wanting to get rid of your power drive and buy something that has Spot Lock? You can do either one. So Minn Kota actually has a head swap that you can do. So you take the head off of your power drive. They sell you a head that has iPilot and Spot Lock in it. You slap that head on, wire it up, and you've got Spot Lock on your power drive. That option, I probably would not recommend because it's not very accurate. The accuracy of it is not as good as some of the other motors. It'll work. It's just not as accurate. So if you're looking for something that's very minute, if you're looking for something that's going to be, spot on, I would probably look for maybe a used motor and upgrade your motor, as opposed to buying the head and swapping the head. Does that make sense? Charlie says he missed out on the grasshopper. He needs some. Slabbuster says yes. D-Car said they sold out. Larry Merrick, thank you, buddy. Yes, Larry, we'll make the PDF available for the live Crappie Academy people too. So you're going to have the book and you're going to be able to take it home, but we'll make sure you have the literature as well. If you want it in PDF form, that's fine. We'll make sure you have it. And thank you for the super chat, Larry. I appreciate you, buddy. Call me Camo. Matt, if you've ever seen the old Trunk Monkey commercials, you need to get one. Best anti-theft system available. Oh, Trunk Monkey. What is a Trunk Monkey? Is that the name of it? Trunk Monkey? I'll look into it and see what it looks like for sure. Phil Pickett says, I'm going to join my first crappie club this weekend to fish tourneys here in central Illinois. Any questions I should ask before joining? Phil, to be honest with you, I don't think there's any questions you should ask before joining. Obviously, I'd want to know, are they just a club that's about fishing tournaments, or are they going to teach too? That's a big one that I get asked a lot. Another big one I get asked a lot, obviously, is the membership dues, the tournament fees. I generally get asked, how many people show up to each tournament. I generally get asked, how they're set, how the club's set up. That's pretty much what lakes they fish. That's the big one I get asked. But joining, getting involved is actually 3/4 of the battle. Getting involved is the biggest part. And once you get involved, you learn all those things pretty quick. And most crappie clubs out there are 180 of a bass club. Most of them are. Now there's probably going to be some bad apples, and I don't know. I've never heard of one, but I'm sure there probably is somewhere. But most of the time, everyone is very open, very talkative, very forthcoming with info. I mean, there really is a great thing to be a part of. So I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I'm sure the Crappie Club in Central Illinois is just like the one in East Tennessee, probably just a great group of guys that like to get together and have a little competition every once in a while and then love to help people and teach. So I know that's what East Tennessee Crappie Club is about. But like I said, you're already over most of the battle, and that's just getting involved and joining. So it sounds like you're already there and you're in, and that's 75% of it, buddy. So have fun. That's the biggest thing, is have fun. Don't ever make it about anything other than having fun, and you'll be fine. Chris. Hey, Matt, considering that they sold out in 4 days, yes, we should get another run of grasshopper. I will buy another dozen packs. All right, Chris, I hear you, buddy. It was 2 days, so I don't think it was 4. Hell, maybe it was 3. But anyway, it was pretty quick. I was amazed. I was floored by how quick they went. But yeah, I'll try. I'll see what I can pull. I'll have conversations with Bonehead and see what they're willing to do. Again, we had to fight tooth and nail to get those runs, so we'll see what we can do and see if we can get some more. Jimmy says, "Okay, so this was a joke. Okay, now I'm getting trunk monkey. Okay, it's a live monkey that pops out and slapstick and hits the thief. Hilarious. Okay, I will look that up after this. I'm not looking it up now, but I will look it up after this. That's pretty funny. I will look it up and get a good laugh out of it. So, good question. What is a great starter lure for crappie? I usually can only get a rooster tail when it comes to artificial. Get on rooster tails when it comes to artificial. So my favorite bait and my go-to is a bonehead tackle stump bug. That is my go-to. That's the black and chartreuse stump bug. There's pumpkin and chartreuse, which everybody's talking about. Grasshopper, white and chartreuse is a good color. Blue and chartreuse, purple and chartreuse. But for any water, any conditions, anywhere in this country, that black and chartreuse stump bug is, tough to beat. Okay, and available. So the grasshopper isn't really available. So let's say black and chartreuse. That would be a great starter lure. Depending on how deep you're fishing, 32nd, 16th, 8th ounce head, just depends on how deep you're fishing. But that would be my starter lure. Chris said, I was being generous with the 4 days. Yeah, you were being a little generous. Those things flew. It was really cool. It was really cool to see and to be a part of. It was really cool. And I think we floored some people too. I think there were some people on the back end of that bonehead. They were floored by how quick they went. So it was great. It really was. Sometimes things like that I've been a part of some things like that, and everybody says, "Oh, we want it, we want it, we want it," and then you work and you work and you work and you make it happen, and then nobody ever buys it or gets it or comes back. You guys showed up, showed out, and those things flew. It was incredible, and they're great baits. They are really, really good baits. So enjoy those, everybody who got some of those. Enjoy them. Hope you catch 1,000 fish on them. And it'll be a lot of fun to see if we can do that again. So we'll see. We'll try. I'll keep everybody updated, and we'll see what we can do. But yeah. All right, guys. It looks like I got to the bottom of my chat here. We'll give it a minute, see if anybody else comes in with a question. But if not, we're going to call it this evening. I appreciate everybody again, like always. I really do. I'm looking forward to the tournament this weekend. Looking forward to the show coming out Friday. I have one come out Friday night. It's going to be a good show. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I did not have a new show come out this past Friday. I was going to put one out Saturday, and when I got home, and it was very late when I got home after everything that happened, and I thought, you know what? I don't know when I'm getting my truck back, and I don't really know if I'm going to be interrupted on the lake at all. So probably need to hold it and try to, push some of my shows out a little bit to give myself a little relief to get my truck fixed. So I did hold that show back. It will be out Friday, though, 7 o'clock Friday night. The show will post, and it is a good one. So I got back on my home lake. I was really excited to get back on it because I hadn't been on it in a while. I've been floating around all over East Tennessee fishing for the East Tennessee Crappie Club tournaments, trying to stay competitive in those for the year. And it has been a good year. It's been a very good year. So hopefully we'll have a good tournament this Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun, like I said earlier. And it's a good show coming up. Got another one after that. It's going to be a lot of good things coming. The spawn's getting ready to kick. Well, not kick off, but the spawn's getting ready to start, trickling in as soon as this cold weather leaves and it starts warming up a little bit and those water temperatures start to climb. These fish are going to move. They're going to be active. They're going to be traveling. It's going to get good. It's going to get real good. Big fish are going to be on the rise. I can't wait. It's, one of my favorite times of year is when they come off that lethargic pattern and they're spunky. They're funky and spunky. I like it. So you start throwing them curly tails, throwing some of those action tails, and just start whacking them. We're going to do that some this year. We're going to pull planer boards. We're going to get on the planer boards. I'm going to do another planer board show, do another long lining show. Let's see, my boat's going in the shop here in a little bit. Hopefully they'll get that done before spring. It's just getting a facelift. I'm going to get her buffed. You know how that fiberglass is. You got to take care of it. It'll take care of you if you take care of it. So we want to stay shiny on the water. We want to stay shining. So we're going to have that done. But yeah, it's all good things. All good things to come. And I'm looking forward to the shows. I'm looking forward to spawn. I'm looking forward to moving fish, active fish that'll chase a bait. Kylie, I'm ready for fish that'll chase a bait. You fish all summer long and, you see fish that'll run 8 or 10 feet and come out and grab a bait and just annihilate it. Just come out of a brush pile and just whack it. And then you get into winter and it's like you got to hold it right in their face and you just got to keep putting it right in their face and wiggling it and be like, eat it, eat it, eat it. And then finally when spring gets here and it starts warming back up, they start chasing again. It's like, thank you, Jesus. So I'm ready for it. It is, I've waited long enough. Come on. So anyway, let's see what you guys got for me before we leave. Jed says, how long will you fish a spot before you move? Especially if you have live scope and know they are there. How many times will you change jobs, I guess baits, before you decide to move? So the way I rig my boat, let me tell you that, Jed, I always have Well, I generally have 6 or 8 rods in the boat, and they're all tied up with different jigs, different colors. I'll generally go through about 3 rods, and I'll generally go through about 2, maybe 3 casts with each one. And if I don't get bit, I'm gone. I mean, and that progression may take 5 minutes, it may take 10, but that's it. I'm gone. Whether I see fish or not, I'm not going to stick around all day unless I'm getting bit. Okay. So if I put 2 or 3 colors down there, they're not reacting to anything. I don't even see fish chasing the jig. I'm out. Okay. Steven, you're welcome. Roger T, I saw your question, but I have a tournament Saturday, so I'm going to leave that one till next week. Sorry. I'm sorry. I hate saying that, but I gotta leave a little bit because I told everybody I was on Cherokee. So if I tell them what depth, it's gonna really limit a lot. It's gonna eliminate a lot of stuff, is what it's gonna do. So I'm just gonna keep that one in my pocket for just a week. James says, do you have to have a boat to join East Tennessee Crappie Club? No, you don't have to, but in order to fish the tournaments, you do. Yes. You have to have a boat to join. Not to join, I'm sorry. You have to have a boat to fish the tournaments, or you can try to find somebody to fish with. But, I guess no. I mean, because you could always find somebody to fish with, and if you find somebody to fish with, then you're fine. Charles Montgomery, very good question. Where can I get stump bugs locally? So Crappie Cove is inside Gunny's in Maryville, Tennessee. They have stump bugs there. Charles, I'm not exactly sure where you're from, but Crappie Cove in Maryville has stump bugs. They have all the Bonehead products. Brian Connor, Bonehead Tackle sells the silly print lids as well. Yes, they do. I forgot about that, but yes, they do. They do sell the lids for those. And there's a discount code, 15% off for them, right there. Crappie 2021. So you get 15% off the lid. Larry McBride says, what weight of jigs do you use mostly? You ever go weightless? No, I do not go weightless. Most used jig heads are 32nds and 16ths. Ronnie Harris, congrats on making Russ Bailey 100 episode. Liked the blooper one. Thank you very much. Yeah, Russ is a great guy. I have fished and filmed 2 shows with Russ Bailey in brush pile fishing. I'm slated to film another one with them. So it's all good things. I love fishing with them. I love filming with them. They are salt of the earth people as well. And it's just really fun. Russ and I fish well together, and it's a lot of fun to fish with him. So he's one of those guys that is well known in the industry, and he continues to drive crappie fishing forward. And he's just a really, really great guy. So I think I was in that video 2 or 3 different times. I think. I don't know. Chris sent me. I didn't even see the video until Chris sent me like 3 screenshots or 4 screenshots of me from the video. He's like, "You made this episode?" And da-da-da. I was like, "What are you talking about?" I hadn't even seen it come out yet. So anyway, I watched it. It was very well put together. Joe did a great job with it, and it was neat. It was really neat to be on that, and it was an honor to be on that. So a lot of fun. And actually, the first show I filmed with Russ was before any of this ever started. I mean, East Tennessee Crappie Club was going, but Wired wasn't started, and I wasn't even on a pro staff the first show I filmed with him. And then from there, it just kind of grew. So it was, I tell Russ all the time, I mean, essentially, I think the club got me started. When I started East Tennessee Crappie Club, it got me started a lot. I've told y'all this story before, but I'll breeze through it real quick. Is the club, I got started there in the industry, and then got to know a lot of good people, got to talk to a lot of good people, and then fished with Russ, got to meet more people, and then it just kind of ballooned into Wired for Crappie and what it is today. And it's a blast. It's a passion of mine, and I love to teach. That's what I love to do. So I'm going to keep teaching. I'm going to keep asking or answering questions, and I'm going to keep trying to help everybody catch more crappie, and that's what it's all about. So thank you, Ronnie. I appreciate it, and it was an honor to be on that episode. It really was. So. Black Viper, thanks for all the info. So glad to catch my first stream. Thanks, Misty Martin, for letting me know. You're very welcome. Glad you were here. And next week, same time, same place. Let's see here. Aaron says if you're going to have to fight for another run of grasshopper stump bugs, might as well try to get them in brush glider too. Yeah, I may try to get them in all three: brush glider, slim stick, and stump bug. I don't know. We'll see. We'll start fighting for it. I can't promise anything, guys, but we'll try, or I'll try. John, when fishing a lake, do you scout it first to find brush, laydowns, etc., or just find them as you fish? So I've answered this question before, somewhat, John, and a lot of my scouting on a new lake happens before I get to the lake. Okay, I scout Navionics for weeks before. If I know I'm going to a lake, I'll be on Navionics every night until I pass out in the bed. I will literally be on it until I pass out, until I'm just like, all right, I can't hold my phone up anymore. I'm going to bed. Or my tablet. I'm going to bed. So I will eliminate 90% of the water on a lake for the time of year that I'm fishing it before I get there. And then from there, it's just 10% water I have to look at. And then I try to ask myself, okay, is it winter? Which end of the lake gets the most, or which side of the lake or end of the lake gets the most sun exposure? So if it's winter, I can find the warmer water. If it's summer, which side of the lake gets the most shade? Which is going to be cooler, which is deeper, which is shallower? Is the north end dirtier than the south end? There's a lot of questions I ask myself and try to figure out before I get to a lake. And a lot of that on Google Earth you can see. So you can look at depths on Navionics, but on Google Earth you can look at, now it's gonna be, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. Google Earth, you can scroll back through the years and kind of look at water clarities and things, and it's pretty cool. So you can get a kind of generalized idea. There's a lot of lakes that the north end of a lake is muddy, silty. Take High Rock, for instance. The upper end of High Rock is full of silt. The lower end is, clear at times. So it's just a lot of things that I eliminate before I get to a lake. And then from there, I generally fish half a day and scout half a day. So I don't scout and fish. It doesn't work well for me, because if I scout and find fish and then fish, I don't go back to scouting. I fish. And vice versa. So if I'm fishing, I generally don't go to scouting. And if I do start scouting, then I find fish and, or I'll be scouting all day. So I try to set myself to where if I'm going to scout, then I scout. If I'm going to fish, I fish. And if I'm going to do both, I do one for half the day without stopping, and then I fish the other half, or I scout half the first half and then fish the second half, or vice versa. Okay. Generally, I will, if it's a new lake, I will scout first and then fish second. Okay. So that's the way I do it. Everybody's different, but that's how I like to do it. George Hamby says, Matt, do you think the weather is going to stop this Saturday's tournament? No. It's not supposed to be bad weather this Saturday, I don't think. I'll tell you in a second. Last I looked, George, no, I don't think it will. Although it looks like there's a lot of blue around us right now. But no. Come on. So, no. It says 23 for a low, 41 for a high, 5% chance of precipitation, and winds light and variable. Yeah, high 41 and sunny, mostly sunny. So no, I mean we're fishing. We're gonna be there. We fished a tournament on Douglas. It was 6 degrees in the morning when we put in. So no, 23 ain't gonna stop us. 41 for a high, we'll be fine. It'll be all right. So no, we'll be there. All right, guys, I'm at the end of the rope here. I'm going to sign off. I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all for being here. Thanks again for everything y'all do for the channel. And like I said, watch out for the videos coming out this week and next week. They're good ones. If you guys have anything else for me, you can always shoot me an email at info@wiredforcrappie.com. I do get a lot of emails and a lot of messages on Facebook and YouTube and all that stuff. So if I don't get right back to you, I have not forgot you guys. I generally, it's a progression for me. So I try to get to this one today, and this one tomorrow, and this one the next day. And I just try to rotate through. So bear with me, guys. I'm trying to get everybody answered. But I appreciate the texts and the emails and the Facebook messages. I appreciate those for each and every one of them that I get. So thank y'all very much. Y'all have a blessed evening, a blessed week, and we will see you guys next week, same time, same place. We'll be back, and I look forward to it. So, guys, God bless. Have a good night. We'll see you later.